Hey guys, this is Aiden Struve with Struve Family Farms, and we're out here today doing our first pass cultivation on a soybean field that we have. And so just want to show you guys how things are looking and yeah, what things are shaping up like. It is July 18th and we're just out here for the first time cultivating these soybeans. We've done 2 passes with the tine weeder, as you guys have kind of seen. And so yeah, we're out here starting cultivation passes, but so far we're looking real good. You can see not much heavy weed pressure. Most of it is right in the middle of the row. And like I've talked about, that's where the planter tires were running before. And so some of that never got out after it was crimped in by planting. But we'll look up here and see. You can see these 2 rows with the heavier grass. Those were the planter tires, lift wheels. Then over here, it's pretty clean where the tine weeder did a good job. And then more planter tires. But these beans are about 8 inches tall. They're getting good growth on them. So it's allowing me to run right along and push some nice dirt along them to get any of the little weeds that are in here cleaned up. But it's looking pretty good for the most part. So let's walk back behind the cultivator where the real magic happens and see how things are looking. So you can see we got the shields up because the beans are big enough. We don't need to worry about that. And so this is what things are looking like behind the cultivator. We got it set, we're running along. Here's one bigger cockabur that didn't get hit, but looking back here, you can see looking pretty nice. And we got this pile of dirt that's getting pushed right up onto the beans. And so that's really, yeah, cleaning up. There's only a couple of the bigger ones, like here we got some milkweed. And like you've heard me talk about before, milkweed, it always happens, I guess. It doesn't really do much, it's just annoying to look at. But yeah, that's what's looking like. You can see our cultivator shanks running in the dirt. We are stirring up just a little bit of moisture, but not too bad. Yeah, so things are looking pretty swell out here. And I'm trying to see, this unit is in the tire track, so it's a little bit harder to get it in the ground just because it gets worked down so hard. But most of the time it's gonna get all those weeds cut off. So yeah, that's how things are looking, guys. I'll give you a view in the tractor along with the view of running from outside so you can kind of see the dirt work. But our cultivator, it's the John Deere 856 single sweep, as you can kind of see how we got it set up here. But I haven't really had to change it too much now that I've got it set. Mostly it's just the speed for how much dirt you're moving. We don't really ever want to go much deeper than I'm going right now, about 1.5 inches, maybe a little bit deeper in the peak of the shovel, because you don't want to stir up more moisture than you have to, just so you don't lose it. You can see I'm just barely kind of hitting the moisture right down the middle. It's just a little bit darker, but it looks real nice. And yeah, you just got to go deep enough though that you can get that kind of flow of dirt moving when you're cruising along. And so it's a fine line between the depth of the cultivator and the speed of the tractor. So once you get your depth set pretty close, then it's all about the speed and you know, getting that dialed in. Like I said, I'm running along at about 7.5 miles an hour, and so that's allowing me to get that dirt moving in a nice, you know, flow right up against those beans. Right here it doesn't actually look quite as good because I slowed down to stop, but obviously back here you can see that it's just flowed up real nice right along those beans. Yeah, and that's kind of the perfect, honestly, this is the same area I showed you when I was tine weeding. I kind of try to stick in the same areas when I'm videoing, that way you have a good idea. And so yeah, there's a couple spots, there's a little bit of grass, but otherwise this field is by far our cleanest one this year. I'll show you the other ones just so you can see you know, what organics, it's always going to vary depending on the weather. I think I kind of mentioned before that this field, several miles away from our home fields, it missed the heavy rains right after planting, and so it's let us keep it a lot cleaner than the ones closer to our home farm. So it's been nice to at least have, you know, variety with how the fields look, but this one is looking very nice. So thanks, guys. Okay guys, here's a view of in the tractor running with the cultivator.